Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Well, yesterday, just before the weekly candle close, it looked really like as if Solana was doing well and was starting to break to the upside here out of this descending broadening wedge, which we have on the chart and which generally could be considered a bullish reversal pattern. We did see the bullish bullish divergence on the chart. Let's just take a look if we still see that, but obviously here on the 4-hour chart, it is still there, that bullish divergence where you make higher lows on the chart, but higher lows on the RSI, but lower lows on the price. Yeah, you can clearly see that, lower lows and higher lows on the RSI on the 4-hour chart at least. And however, we moved up, but the 4-hour didn't close above that support. So that's what I told you in that video, what is very important, because we already saw it coming down again in that video. We were pretty much just moving up here, breaking out of that descending broadening wedge, made it above the previous high. That is why I put that line in here, that horizontal one. And what I said is that, you know, what you need to do ideally, because we were moving, I think, all the way up to 116, starting to come down, and it was so important to retest the previous high as support. Now that didn't happen. Yeah, the price dropped below it. We didn't even close the 4-hour candle above that previous high, as you can. Oh yeah, we did, but the retest of the 4-hour failed then, and there you go. Then we moved down, an engulfing red candle, and then obviously we moved down lower. When you get that engulfing one, then yeah, typically that means that you're probably gonna go down, and this is what we're doing here on the 4-hour. Even here, another engulfing red candle that does not look bullish at all, despite the bullish divergence. What you can see here is generally that, yeah, while the overall downtrend might be slowing down, we see huge red candles here. And now next support, that's what I gave you. If we drop below that level again, then we're gonna go probably to $105. That is the next support. Why is that such an important level? Well, we had, for example, resistance here, we had support here. If we scroll to the left here as well, $105 level, that is that peak here from the 2nd of March. Then we had the $105 level here as well on the 15th of February and here throughout. So it's an important support and resistance level. So expect some support around the $105. I think that could be another opportunity for the price to turn around. But yeah, I think it's now just come back into that wedge. And I think by doing that, it now has more space again to fall lower. So again, $105, $106, that is the next support. That's actually where we currently are. Below that, we get then very close to the $100 level, which is of course psychological support. So expect some support around that area as well. In addition to that, you've got the 50-day moving average come across there as well, around $100, actually a little bit lower. But yeah, then you're back into the target range, and that is the target range that we defined back in November, yeah, where we said that the price is going to get into the target area, into that range here in green, and that from here the price has a good chance. Let me take those numbers out. The price has a good chance to turn around, and to be honest, it did that. But I told you throughout that, yeah, the downside potential is still there. We don't yet have a confirmed breakout, and at the moment we still need to assume that the price can come down lower. There is no absolute certainty in these markets. There's only probabilities, and so far it's worked out pretty well, in the sense that we came down all the way to levels that up here nobody believed would be possible. So we came into that region here in that forecasted price area. But again, I said before, what made me a bit wonder, and I also don't really like a lot, is that in this green target area here, where I said the price can turn around with a high probability, that we did not find support at one of the Fibonacci levels. So you have here obviously at $100, that is the 61.8% Fib level, the most relevant Fibonacci retracement level. Now we dropped below that. It came down to $75. And when we did that, I assumed we would get down to 55, because that was the logical next level as we dropped below that Fib level. And here we turned in the middle of nowhere. Here there was a bit of support, but we pretty much turned in the middle of nowhere. And you would typically expect then to see the next Fib level, and that would be at $55. This is 78.6% Fib level. And now that we are coming down that strong, we need to at least consider that we actually might see that again, that we might go back into the green target area and we might actually do that lower low level. Of course, there's never certainty, but this scenario has not been invalidated yet. It's still very, very likely. You see that red target box up here, or resistance box. That is the box where we talked about if the price gets above that, it gets much, much less likely that we drop down once more, and then we can go in the next step to $204 and $260. But until that happens, there is still significant risk that we drop down once more lower, and that could be what is currently happening here with Solana. So at the moment we are back in a short-term uptrend, yeah, and we have some important support levels in front of us. $105, the 50-day moving average, and that is another chance for Solana to turn around. But generally at the moment the crypto market is generally a little bit weak, so all of these gains that happened here in the last few weeks, most of them are gone already, and we're coming down quite strongly actually. Doesn't really look that bullish, doesn't really look as if we are already back in a strong uptrend, because if you were, you would normally see that turnaround. And if it, I mean, this looked quite impressive, that move from 78 to $145, 100% profit, absolutely, for anybody who bought down here the lows. But yeah, we're already back to nearly $100 again, and we are not yet back in an uptrend again. Of course, there was an attempt yesterday, but again, the daily didn't close like that. The 4-hour candle retest didn't happen, so we are currently coming down again. So I think $105, if you lose it, you're back down to 198, sort of in that region. That will be an important support, and I think if you lose that, yeah, then you're coming down to those lows here around 80 to 75 US dollars again, and then we are back in the middle of, you know, the target area anyway, which which is still pretty much at play here. And again, what I said before, for channel members as well, there's a good reason why I didn't change my buy orders yet, because those scenarios are still so much at play. There was no confirmation, no 5-wave move yet, no confirmation that the uptrend is over yet. And what I said throughout this uptrend here, what you normally get when you get your first 5-wave move to the upside, which would be the first impulse to the upside and the first sign that the downtrend is over, which, to be fair, we haven't seen a 5-wave move yet. Still possible we could see it, but with that move yesterday getting less likely. With that 5-wave move, when you do and complete it, then you normally get your ABC pattern down anyway, and then there is always another entry point possible, and maybe we see that here already, but in my opinion we haven't seen the 5-wave move yet. So from here you would need, if we counted 1, 2, 3, 4, then this would need to, the next move up would be a wave 5, and it would need to get into the region of 160 US dollars. There's an opportunity, there's a potential there, but for that the price now needs to start, and we need to exit that descending broadening wedge again. And to be fair, the descending broadening wedge is a bullish reversal pattern, but for now we've popped back into it. So I think we need a little bit more patience until we get another turnaround point. This was an attempt, this was a potential turnaround point, a potential reversal pattern. Hasn't worked out, waiting for the next one. Yeah, that's my view here on Solana. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out my the channel membership, and where you can get access to the Telegram live chat groups, the Discord server, and also the weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.